Good day, everyone. You're welcome to this channel. This is Grade A Tutor. This is Adamine Jerick, your facilitator for today's lecture. Today, we are going to treat the topic 3 of operations management, talking of facility location. So, here we are going to talk of the introduction, attributes of a good location, choosing a site, factor rating, benefit of location analysis. We move on to discussing what a location is. A location is defined as a place of settlement or activity or residence. So a place of residence, activity settlement, like a place that you have settled to stay, whereby you have whatever thing that you do there, we call that a location. So a location is a place where a firm decides to site its operations. So where a firm or an organization decides to site its operations, where everything will take in place at that particular site, is what we call it what location. But a site is a specific location. So a location can be a Kumasi, but a site can be Makro or Kronom, or maybe any related parts in Kumasi. So a location is just the broader aspect, but a site is in a location. Please hope you are getting the point. Great. So that is what we will talk about, a site. So examples of business locations, where central business districts. So the central business district become the banks, chop bar, universities, water packaging, bees, hospital, a whole lot of business locations. So you can see these wonderful, beautiful pictures, nice locations. You can see all these. So a location decisions can have a big impact on cost and revenues. Yes, when you can have a well-structured location for your business, it can reduce costs, whereby you can get available materials at ease around your space. It can also help to encounter more revenue because your location is you plan of the location because of the customers you wanted to meet them, your target customers. So if you get your target customers at a particular location, it attracts more revenue. Hope you're getting the point. So plant location is one of the major production decisions. It requires careful planning and typically represents a long-term commitment and substantial investment. So the question is, where should we base our main operations? Where should we base our main operations? That is when we come out by choosing what? A location. So first, it's based on two decisions. One, you select a community in which the facility will be located. So in case you have a community like maybe Kumasi community, Accra, you can select them a community that you want the facility to be located. Second, choose a specific site within the community. Hope you're getting the point. So after choosing the location, you choose a site. So if you get a particular community that you want to have your operations in, then secondly, you choose a site in that particular the community, so that you find out what it is expected of you to do in that community. You just don't choose a location. After choosing a bigger location, you find out the place that you will locate yourself as an organization or as a business. Please hope you are getting the point. Great. Attributes of a good location. The choice of location should be made after considering factors such as proximity to raw materials. Proximity to raw material talks of the availability of raw materials of your business in that particular location that you want to choose. Hope you are getting the point. Great. Proximity to customers. Proximity to customers is that place your target customers, or are you going to get your target customers from that particular location? Hope you're getting the point. So you have to consider all these factors in order to choose a location. Proximity to raw materials, proximity to customers, proximity to labor. Meaning that, are you going to get workers, skilled workers, in order to work for you at that particular location? You have to consider all of these. The fourth one is transportation system. If you are choosing a location whereby you know that your business consists of supplies, moving raw materials and then supplying finished products and here and there, and if you don't check your transportation system, you are going to find yourself wanting. Are we good? Great. The environmental impact. What environmental impact can it have on your business? Depending on the location that you want to attend to, what is the environmental impact that it can happen to you as a business? Hope you are getting the point. Community living expenses. These living expenses talks of how is the standard of living at that particular community that you have chosen as a business. Please hope you are getting the point. And the fourth and the last one is the regulation and etc. Talking of the norms, the laws there available, can it help you to operate effectively in that community? So these are the factors that you have to consider when choosing what? A location. I hope you are good. I hope you are good. So we move on to when choosing a site. So once a community has been selected, once you have passed through those factors to select a community, you must also choose a site. That is, you find a particular place in that within that community that you would want to operate. So first one, the zoning regulation. At that particular zone that you want to center yourself into, what are the regulations? What are the rules over there? Will the rules help you to operate well? Will the rules help you to make sure that your business or your operations run smoothly? These are the things that you should consider. Hope you are getting the point. Availability of sufficient land. Is land available at that particular place you want to choose the site, so that you'll be able to expand your business or your organization if things grow? Are we good? Great. And the cost of the land. If you really want to choose something, you have to determine the cost. That's why someone said that, who has ever think of building and hasn't considered the cost? So if you actually want to consider a site, you should consider the cost. Can you pay the price to afford what you want to what do? Please hope you are getting the point. Great. The existence of transportation and shipping facilities. Are we going to get transportation systems over there which is going to help us to transport our raw materials, intake our raw materials, our supplies, our finished products, and whatever thing? Are we going to get it there? Yes or no? First to the last one, to construction cost. So considering all these will help you to choose a site. So these are the factors that you should take in place when choosing a site. At the same time, to when choosing what? We have another, we have treated the location already. So this one becomes what? The site. Because you have to choose a region based on your strategic, economic, and logistical factors. That is what we are talking here. Hope you are getting the point. So I will say that with the location borders about the neighboring neighborhood. That is based on strategic, economic, and logistical factors, the factors as I said. But with the site, the site decision drills down into selecting the exact piece of land or a building within that area. So you are focusing on the physical and the regulatory attributes of that property. Hope you are getting the point. Great. Then we move on to facility location methods. So with the evaluation of facilities, or with the evaluation of alternative regions, sub-regions, and communities, is commonly termed as macro analysis. So if you want to evaluate alternative regions whereby you have to choose a community, you in the process of that evaluation, we call it what? Macro analysis. But the evaluation of specific sites in the selected community, we call it what? Micro analysis. So finding out, evaluating alternatives to find out a community is called what? The macro analysis. But choosing a site inside that community is called what? A micro analysis. So we have these three techniques in support of macro analysis, that is choosing a community. First, we have the factor rating system, the linear programming, and the centroid what? Method. So if you are good to go. But here, with the purpose of our study, we are going to use what? The factor rating system. So the factor rating systems are among the most commonly used techniques for choosing a location. Hope you are getting the point. So this is this is because they analyze diverse factors in an easily comprehensible manner. So we are going to use factor rating for the purpose of our study. We hope you are getting the point. Great. Hope you are getting the point. Great. So we move on to the factor. So the steps in this method is you develop a list of relevant factors called the critical success factors. So you have to develop these factors. So you are going to have a table where you are going to discuss them. You assign a weight to each factor. You develop a scale for each factor. Score each location for each factor. Multiply score by weight for each factor for each location. And then recommend the location with the highest point score. So we are going to move to a table whereby you are going to discuss all these. So this is the working example for factor rating. So with all these, this is how we are going to go about it. Jimmy drinks and rates. So this is how we do our thing. So these are the factor weight factors, or the factor success weight. So with the factor success weight, we see transportation cost is weight. It has a weight of 5. The land cost has a weight of 3. Labor climate has a weight of 1. Availability of qualified personnel has a weight of 2. Production cost has a weight of 4. So these are the way that we are going to use to multiply every location each what number. Maybe I get to the point. So looking at the table over here, you can get to see that the transportation cost for Kumasi is 3. Sunyani is 8. So after the since you have already this is the decision factor ratings, and this one is what the factor weight. So if this is the standard that one that we are using, meaning that for every location we will have to what determine the factor scores for all what the operation, and then we find out the recommended side. So this will be the factor for every location: Kumasi, Sunyani, Tamale, Bekwai, Kente Krache. So this is what we are going to use. So how do we find for the factor score for all these locations? So here we know that the factor weight given to us, that is the standard one given to us, was transportation cost. The standard one is 5, land cost is 3, labor climate is 1, availability of qualified personnel is 2, production cost is 4. So how do you determine the factor scores for each? So whereby Kumasi, each transportation cost is 3, you multiply the 3 by what? Hope you are getting the point. So this is how we are going to go about it. So you can see that with this, the transportation cost for Kumasi was 3 by 5, which is what 3 by 15. The transportation cost for Sunyani is 8 by 5, 40. The transportation cost by Tamale is 6 by 15, 30. The transportation cost for Bekwai is 2 by 5, is 10. The transportation cost for Kente Krache is what? 1. So you multiply the 1 by 5, you're getting what? 5. So you're going to see that all these were multiplied by the factor weight. So you have to multiply each by what? The factor weight. So you are going to see the factor weight as 5. You multiply 5 by 3. You move on to land cost. You do the same for land cost. You multiply the 3 by 5 to get your weight. And after doing all these for every location, for each location, you can see that the transportation cost for Kumasi was 15, Sunyani was 40, Tamale was 30. So how do you find for it? You have to add Kumasi, all the numbers and the Kumasi together. You add Sunyani's owns together, Tamale owns together, Bekwai owns together, Kente Krachi owns together. And then the highest number is what we are going to consider. So here you can see that the addition of 15, 15, 3, 16, and 16 for Kumasi gave us 65. The addition of 40, 12, 5, 14, 20 gave us 91. The addition of 30, 21, 2, 12, 24, 8, 24 gave us what? 89. The addition of 10, 24, 6, 6, and 12 gave us 58. The same thing goes for Kente Krachi. That was 5, 6, 9, 16, 4 gave us 40. So you check out the total here. What is the highest number or the highest composite score? That was what? 91. Please hope you are getting the understanding. Great. So you move on to understanding the first one. So some of the benefits in this location analysis. With this benefit, you get a thorough knowledge of all factors involved in the production. Hope you are getting. So it gives you a fair knowledge, a fair gives a clear understanding of where you are getting to, how everything is being operated at that particular aspect. Please hope you are getting the point. Great. When organizations do a proper location analysis for their facility, they will come across alternate substitute materials that are readily available and will cost less. So when you do all these analysis, it helps you to the organization himself to find out alternative locations that will help them get things less costly and they can operate what effectively. Please, I hope you are getting the point. Great. It helps to save a lot on transportation cost for materials, labor, import and export. If you're able to do thorough investigation about the location that you want to go, it helps you towards get everything at the lowest cost for materials, labor, import and export. Hope you are getting the point. Great. It allows firms to outperform their competitors' facilities. So if you are able to do a careful location analysis, it helps you to stay at a competitive advantage. Please hope you are getting the point. Great. It also ensures easy access to production, distribution, and sale of products because all the location analysis has been considered. There are some factor or there are some factor success rate that has been considered in them. So it helps you to achieve all these together. Please hope you are getting the point. Great. So trends and future strategies. So the current trend and future strategies in location decision for organization are being shaped. So what shape the location or what shape the decisions of organization determine a particular location? First is the technological advancement. Second, global market dynamics. Third, evolving consumer behaviors. And then fourth, disruptions such as what? COVID-19 pandemic. So the changes in the economic environment, these are the things that will affect the decisions of a particular organization to choose a particular location. Changes in economic environment. So in case you have a community whereby its economic environment is very bad, the interest rate, the current fluctuation, trade policies are not well favorable, it disrupt the location analysis. Sorry, it's changing the decision based on to have what a particular location. Please hope you're getting the point. Great. So all these changes in economic environment might have a positive impact for that organization when they are choosing a location. Please hope you are getting the point. So economic growth or downturns in a region can affect operational cost, demand for products, and the availability of skilled affecting sourcing what decisions. So all these are factors that can affect the decision of organization in choosing what a location. So changes in economic environment, interest rate and other things changing affect the operation cost of what the organization in that particular what location. Please hope you are getting the point. Great. Industry process automation. So you can see that and now that like there's a shift of focus of organizational location decision from traditional labor cost to prioritizing access towards skilled technical labor, efficiency, proximity to key markets. So right now, automation reduces the reliance on manual labor. So automations and also industry process automation is affecting decisions in what of organization in choosing a location. Because if things can be automated to reduce our costs of labor, why not we venture into that? Please hope you are getting an understanding. Great. So this is the understanding for the industry process what automation. So we move on to discussing the transportation and IT development. That is, these have significantly expanded the range of viable locations for businesses by improving logistics and enabling seamless connectivity. So transportation and IT development has a way of affecting the decisions of what organization or businesses in choosing a location. Here is the case that If transportation is well served in a particular location, businesses venture or organization runs into into that form of or into that site of location to help them connect, because enhanced transportation infrastructures facilitate efficient movement of goods and personnel. If you get to a place whereby it becomes easy for you to what, transfer goods and services to your customer, get available materials to produce whatever thing you're producing, you eventually venture into that. And then IT development such as high-speed internet, cloud services, support distributed operations and remote work, reducing the need for centralized locations. So these are the things that will actually what, help with that. Please hope you are getting the point. Great. So this brings us to the end of our lesson for lecture 3, whereby you're talking about what, facility and what, locations. So as I said, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to also share this video as well to a friend to get a better understanding of this particular course. This is once again Ajimain Derek. This is grade 8 Utah. See you in the next lecture. Bye bye.